Somalia is almost more ridden than Israel. Like you heard, it has an ongoing civil war since 1991.
Terrible things be going on in just one country.
So it'd be okay to have wars in multiple countries?
Mm-hmm. The United States have tried to stop the war by supplying troops and loaning dollars. Lots. And lots. And lots. And lots! And lots of dollars. That is your taxes, people. Stop buying stuff and Somalia will die. All of them. Everyone. Jacob.
Yes, that's right. In fact, we tried to stop the war early on. UN Security Council Resolution 794 was unanimously passed on December 3, 1992, which approved a coalition of United Nations peacekeepers led by the United States to form UNITAF, tasked with ensuring humanitarian aid be distributed and peace be established in Somalia.
And it did not work. However, what we did was a good attempt on our part.
In the period between June and October 1993, several gun battles in Mogadishu, a Somalia town, between gunmen and peacekeepers resulted in the death of 24 Pakistanis and 19 American soldiers.
1,000 Somali militia were killed in the battle. The battle later resulted in being the basis for the book and the movie Black Hawk Down. The UN withdrew on March 3rd, 1995, having suffered more significant casualties.
Order in Somalia has still not been restored. What horrible losers. For the past couple years and still today, clans continue to war for land and trade routes.
In January 2007, the United States officially and militarily interceded the country for the first time since the UN deployment of the 1990s by conducting airstrikes using gunships against Islamist positions in say that word.
Raskamboni.
To try and find Al-Qaeda.
No one's actually won. So it looks like it will be a long time before peace is found in Somalia.
Poor them.
Next story. I think the whole world is out to get this country or something.
Or something. Don Pedro. Or something.
Racist. Because there is even another problem. Only 2% of the land in Somalia is arable, which means able to be farmed. Can you believe that? So they have to import their grown food almost always. The Civil War had a huge impact on the country's tropical rainforest.
Plus, there are ever-recurring and damaging droughts. The droughts are partly to blame by the unrestricted large production of charcoal. Environmentalist and Goldman Environmental Prize winner Fatima Jabril became the first Somali to step in and undertake a much-needed effort to save the rest of the environment through local initiatives that organize local communities.
Fatima Jabril trained a team of young people to organize awareness campaigns about the irreversible damage of unrestricted charcoal production. What a great guy. A little bit more about this guy. He has consistently fought against the burning of charcoal, logging, and other man-induced environmental damage.
Just one more thing that is caused by the environment. There was a massive tsunami there in 2004. The 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake was an undersea megathrust earthquake that occurred at 12:58 a.m. on December 26, 2004.
Megathrust means really big.
The plight of many affected people and countries prompted a widespread humanitarian response all around the world.
For them right after Christmas. In fact, it was on Boxing Day, a Canadian holiday, which is why it is called the Boxing Day tsunami. There was an amazing amount of damage. With a magnitude of between 9.1 and 9.3, it was the largest earthquake ever recorded on a seismograph. In all, the worldwide community donated more than $7 billion in 2004 US dollars in humanitarian aid because of all the destruction it forced.
Well, on to the next story. Jacob, realize. Jacob, realize. Jacob.
Just to wrap things up, here's a little background information on Somalia.
From the 600s to the 900s AD, and Persian trading posts were established along the coast of Somalia. Nomadic tribes occupied the island, the inside, occasionally pushing the Ethiopian territory. In the 16th century, Turkish rule expanded to the north coast, and the Sultan of Zanzibar gained control in the south. Zanzibar.
After the British left aid in a large gulf on the coast of Somalia in mid-1800s, the coast of the Indian Ocean became Somalia's main source of food. But Somalia's freedom was short-lived because the British, again, controlled all of Somalia and the area around it in the mid-1900s. Then in 1950, the Italians didn't forcefully take Somalia per se, but Britain gave it to them because it was supposedly theirs rightfully. Also, that was when Italy became a United Nations trustee, so that earned them points too.
By 1960, Britain and Italy granted independence in their respective areas, allowing the two to join together as the Republic of Somalia on July 1st, 1960. Somalia broke discrete relations, though, with Britain in 1963. Let me go back a line. By 1960, Britain and Italy granted independence to their respective areas, allowing the two to join together as the Republic of Somalia on July 1st, 1960. Somalia broke discrete relations, though, with Britain in 1963, when the British granted the Somali population Northern Frontier District of Kenya, and FDK, to the Republic of Kenya.
What a bad country. Because of Somalia's law-breaking troubles, the president was assassinated and the corrupt army took over.
Are you saying that an army ruled Somalia?
Yes, Dick. The General Mohammed Siad Barre made himself president of the Somali Democratic Republic, which leaned on the USSR, the Russians, for support, money, and equipment. But he got into a war supporting rebels in Ethiopia. He lost the war and the majority of his 32,000-person army. So he fled the country in January 1992.
This is all true, all of it. It's terrible, it's so true. But now, the country does have an official leader. The President Sheikh Sheikh Ahmad!
That's a long name.
It's a repetitive name, too.
Yes. But he doesn't have as much power as, say, the President of the United States. Not everyone in Somalia is with him.
But nor is everyone with the President of the United States. I mean, think about it. Not every country is perfect.
The U.S. is better.
And Somalia is nowhere near. But its residents are close to happy with where they live.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
And on that note, we'll finish up our broadcast.